This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Kogo admits domestic dispute with wife on Instagram. Controversial reggae artist Kogo took to Instagram over the weekend to admit that he had to resort to hitting his wife and manager Francine Gale because she was on the verge of defeating him during a domestic dispute. "Wanna think me a back down from home me stay? Brother, me just a be myself. All food me a fight for," he said. Reports emerged last week that the Blood a Boil singer had been arrested and charged on Sunday, September 19, after Gale filed a report of physical abuse against him. He was later freed of the charges when he appeared in the Manchester Parish Court on Wednesday. Court records outlined that Gale had attempted to intervene in Kogo's disciplinary treatment of their son, where the incident escalated and the singer used a dumbbell to hit her in the forehead. He rebuked the vloggers and the commentators who had posted salacious comments about the incident. "Come a go on like Kogo just come and see him wife asleep and tie her up and beat her. Every man and them woman fight. And 99% of the time the wicked girl them are the problem. Me and my woman fight. And if she come back, we will fight again. The next time she don't fight me when me sick," he said, revealing that he had been recovering from COVID-19 at the time of the incident. Kogo also said confidently that he knew his wife, who is believed to be overseas since the incident, will return to him. "Francine can't lock up this a nice husband, yeah. She just a try to give me a scare tactics, because she never know said the level of badness here there in me." Jurors discharged due to COVID-19. Jurors summoned to serve in St. Thomas, Portland and Trelawney Circuit Court for the period October 25 to November 19 are not required to attend court and are excused without any risk of penalty. According to the Court Administration Division, jury trials have been suspended for those circuits due to COVID-19 and the inability of jury boxes to accommodate jurors in accordance with the established physical distancing guidelines. The CAD said a decision will be made on jury trials for the remaining courts in the coming weeks and closer to the date when they are scheduled to begin. It noted, however, that cases that qualify for bench trials and matters in which the Crown and the defense agree to a bench trial will proceed for the circuit term for those courts affected by the suspension. Cops launched search for body of man whose head was sent to his family home in Duhaney Park, St. Andrew on Saturday. Family members of a man whose head was delivered to his house on Sherlock Crescent in Duhaney Park on Saturday are refusing to comment on what is believed to be a deadly warning from people in the criminal underworld. The man, whose sources have identified only as Yanni, is said to have been one of the dons of the Sherlock Crescent area, which has been the scene of 3 related murders in recent weeks. He was also wanted for questioning by the police in connection with a number of serious crimes. It is believed that he was killed in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, decapitated, then his head was placed in a box and left in a space outside the apartment complex in which his family lives on Sherlock Crescent. Spanish Town is the home of 2 notorious gangs, One Order and the Klansman, who have been known to use the decapitation of their rivals as a calling card. Yesterday, the police refused to release the correct identity of Yanni, even as residents of the area maintained a deafening silence. Head of the St. Catherine South Police Division, Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, yesterday confirmed the reports from sources that the man was believed to have been killed in Spanish Town and his head taken to Sherlock Crescent, which has seen its fair share of deadly violence in recent years. Ricketts declined to name the man as he told the news that the body would have been found first before a proper identification could be done. The mysterious discovery has caused more tension in the already violent space, and according to one police source, it is unfortunate that it occurred at a time when the cops have been meeting with residents frequently to assure them they have their support. The very few residents who are willing to speak to the news yesterday afternoon indicated that fear has heightened in the community. "The people am afraid. As you can see, almost everybody lock up. We're not used to them thing ya. Normally I far out them things ya go on," said one resident. Another resident told the news team that the whole community affected by this. "The place is tense. Man dead regular, but a thing like this are the first it occur. He said that he knew Yanni as a footballer who played for a club in the area at some point. This look like it's a secret war. All the other war them you don't know exactly what caused it, but not this one, said the resident in hushed tones. A third resident was concerned that the incident will leave a stigma on his community. Me no know what go on. I just pure sus. People tell me that he always walk past and call to me, but I don't know who it is for sure. Everybody is trying to show me the picture on the phone, but I tell them I don't want to see it. It doesn't feel good because when the people go to work, even if you live in Duhaney Park, everybody going to say, "Are you here it happened?" People not stop calling me about it, said the man. One resident who was less reserved told the news team that he knew Yanni personally and found him to be okay. We feel it because he's somebody we know, and we don't really know what go down. From me know him till now, I know him as an okay person. I don't know if he did anything I don't know of, so I can't speculate, said the resident as he expressed the concern that things could get uglier in the community in the next few days. Shabdon arrested and is in custody at the Halfway Tree police station. Dancehall music producer Shabdon was arrested recently by the police Special Operations Unit and is now in police custody at the Halfway Tree police station. Sources confirmed that Shabdon is being held on reasonable suspicion of illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Reports are that the police Special Operations Unit picked up the producer, whose real name is Linval Thompson Jr., during a targeted raid in the corporate area. Disgruntled NCTVET employees and hard clash over wages and benefits. Employees at the National Council on Technical and Vocational Education and Training have threatened industrial action following the non-resolution of several matters including pay, benefits, and the non-printing of certificates stemming from continued confusion over the successful HART-NSTA Trust merger. The NCTVET, the certifying body for HART, has been stuck in limbo since 2018 between the Education Ministry and the Trust. This follows HART's merger with the Jamaican Foundation for Lifelong Learning, the National Youth Service, and the Apprenticeship Board. In July of this year, the issue was raised at a meeting of the Public Administration and Appropriations Committee during its review of the Auditor General's September 2020 report on the operations of the National Training Agency. However, now controversial Permanent Secretary in the Education Ministry, Dr. Grace McLean, had then insisted that there was no delay, just a long process. But tensions have been rising between the NCTVET and HART ever since. Speaking with the news, an employee shared that when that merging happened, they did a reappraisal of all pay and moved everybody pay up except for those at the NCTVET and the VTDI. Our pay has frozen for 4 years now, and they don't realign our pay with anybody at HART. There has been no pay raise, nothing that we are supposed to be getting, so we are just stuck at one place from 2018. We, the division, are getting way lower than what we are supposed to be getting based on what everybody else in the organization is getting. We are doing the same duties and we are being compensated less, the employee continued. In some instances, HART employees in the same role doing the same duties are being paid at least $400,000 per annum more than those at NCTVET. The NCTVET employees say they are also suffering from a lack of benefits and allowances such as health insurance benefits. The administration of HART has communicated to the NCTVET staff members that they can't do anything because we are no longer a part of HART, but that has not been official as yet. They say we are moving to the Ministry of Education, but no steps have been taken, no communication has been issued, the member of staff said. As the accreditation body, the NCTVET is being removed from under HART because, as the employee explained, it would be like Papine High School running CXC, which shouldn't be because CXC should be an independent examination body. But the employee claims that the staff has been shut off from all communication with both the Ministry of Education and with HART. The employee said the last communication with HART was initiated following a letter submitted through the National Workers Union to HART Acting Managing Director Novelet Denton Price on October 15, 2021, expressing concerns regarding the non-resolutions of several matters. The union also issued a 72-hour notice for the undertaking of industrial action commencing Friday, October 22, 2021 at 6 a.m. The workers are understandably agitated during what has been for them a period of great uncertainty and emotional turmoil, especially considering the changes that have taken and to continue to take place within the larger organization, and they feel that while their contributions are highly valued, their stated concerns have paled into insignificance. We remain hopeful that through meaningful dialogue and engagement, such a drastic measure can be avoided, and we anticipate your prompt acknowledgement, the NWU stated. The employees said a meeting was then arranged on Thursday, October 21, a day before the anticipated industrial action, but they told us nothing in the meeting, so we gave them an ultimatum that we need a next meeting with them and the Ministry of Education by this week in order for us not to go forward with our industrial action, because basically what they said to us is that they don't know anything and we must just sit and wait until they know something, the staff member said. Police clamp down on partying in Marvelly, residents cry foul. The St. Andrew South Police are continuing their drive to rid the division of illegal activities and violent crime. On Saturday, a team of police and military personnel conducted a series of operations across the division. During the operations, several parties were stopped in the area, such as Ashuka Road and Drewsland in Waterhouse, resulted in the arrest of 36 persons for breaching the Disaster Risk Management Act. The security forces also seized laptops, motor vehicles, liquor, and sound system materials. Superintendent Damian Manderson, head of operations for the St. Andrew South, is appealing to residents there to obey the DRMA and to take all necessary precautions while playing their part in slowing down the spread of COVID-19 so that the country's children can return to school and to preserve the country's future. He urged the residents to be more responsible and to stay at home during the curfew hours or run the risk of being arrested like these people tonight. But some residents of Marvelly were seething with anger about what were cited as security forces' excesses in relation to a round-robin party-type event that was said to have been winding down when the law enforcers came. A representative said brute force was unnecessarily brought into play, with a woman claiming to have been pepper-sprayed and subsequently badly beaten up by the police. With physical signs of her injuries seemingly evident, she claimed that the law enforcers were too heavy-handed. Despite acknowledging that the round-robin event was illegal, the woman contended that it is their way of trying to survive difficult economic times and trying to make ends meet within the daily curfew measures under the DRMA. Former sugar workers in St. Thomas to benefit from 3,000 acres of land, Charles says. Hundreds of former sugar workers in St. Thomas are to benefit from access to some 3,000 acres of land for them to continue to earn an income. The initiative is in collaboration involving SCJ Holdings Limited and the Old Island Jamaica Cane Farmers Association. Of the total acreage that has been set aside, 560 acres will be subleased to former sugar workers displaced by the closure of the Golden Grove Sugar Factory. It will also facilitate the regularization of tenure for informal occupants. The disclosure was made by Member of Parliament for St. Thomas Eastern, Dr. Michelle Charles, during her contribution last week to the State of the Constituency debate in the House of Representatives. Charles said the Planting Garden Agro-Park will be expanded by some 145 acres to be managed by the Agro Investment Corporation, while 500 acres will go to the Planting Garden River Cooperative Society Limited for unleasing to its members. Another 1,500 acres have been made available at the concessionary rates for individuals and the small farmers. Madam Speaker, St. Thomas Eastern's land is fertile. The people are hard-working. It is time for St. Thomas Eastern to shine, Charles told the House. As it relates to opportunities for young people, the first-term MP, who is representing a constituency once held by her father, Colonel Charles Sr., and for 27 years by the People's National Party, before she won the seat in the 2020 general election, said she has inherited an era plagued by unemployment. This has caused a brain drain within the constituency, as our graduates have now migrated to other parishes or abroad. This is not a new phenomenon. The movement of people has always been linked to the failure of where you are to provide you with an opportunity, so you move somewhere else, Charles noted. She also noted that the constituency has some of the brightest and the most ambitious young people in Jamaica. I want to tell the young people of St. Thomas that their hopes and the opportunities are no longer outside of our parish, but it will be right here where you live. It is time to bring St. Thomas workers home. It is time to create jobs for them in St. Thomas, and I am here to help pioneer that, Charles declared. She pointed to a major project that is already underway that she anticipates will go a long way to solving the unemployment problem in the parish, the joint venture agreement between Factories Corporation of Jamaica and the China Harbor Engineering Company Limited to establish the Morant Bay Urban Center. The project is being financed by the National Commercial Bank to the tune of $6 billion. The Morant Bay Urban Center is presently overbooked and is expected to host both public and private entities, which will include 2 BPO facilities, a university, supermarkets, and multiple fast food restaurants. Yes, Madam Speaker, KFC is coming to St. Thomas. The opening of the Morant Bay Urban Center is expected to provide thousands of jobs for people of St. Thomas, and our people on the east side will benefit from this venture, Charles said. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.